Anastasia's a princess name. Roland is a wagon maker.
Out of his league.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Roland's in the woods building a stone castle with magic. And Anastasia
high
so
on
much.
some type of mushrooms.
Yeah, 100%. Welcome to Florida Man on Florida Man.
Oh, here we go.
The podcast where Floridians discuss the legends and lore and crazy stories that always seem to take place down here in Florida.
Dang it.
Hell, how you doing? Welcome, Josh Mills, to the...
This bit's already gone too far.
I'm sorry.
I thought I could hang with you for like at least the cold open.
Listen, if you're listening to the show
dumber.
And you're not watching it, I got a cowboy hat on, and I didn't choose to do that accent, that perfect country accent that you heard. That was the hat, like the sorting hat in Harry Potter. It makes you do stuff you don't want to do. Yeah, doesn't it?
And you said you got that at the border, right?
Yeah.
Between Mississippi.
That's right.
When you pulled over to Louisiana to I don't know how the states are.
That's right. A couple of my friends are coyotes, and they pulled me over to hand me your papers, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
And I showed them my papers, and they traded me a cowboy hat for my driver's license. So,
that mean they took your who farted hat?
Yeah, dude, I don't have that anymore.
Hot swap.
Yeah, my WWJD hat was also. I was wearing two hats that day. They took both of them, and now this is where we are, man. But
you gotta protect both ears.
Yeah, can I just say, last week listening to the show from a listener perspective, right, and hearing you all, man, very funny, very very funny.
We have some explaining to do, and maybe I'll save that for when Luke pops up. But it was all his idea.
Yeah, a lot of the complaints that came through, I just responded with, talk to Luke. Here's Luke's email, luke@fomawesome.com.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I brought some headlines.
Ooh, buckle up. Jesse Neiman.
Okay, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. And we have two. We'll see if we get into both of them, depending on how long we take on this first one. But
and you're the leader here, so it's your call.
I appreciate that. So have you guys heard of the Coral Castle, or maybe sometimes called Florida's Stonehenge?
Yeah, dude. So it's
it's
one of my personal favorite oddities of Florida because it's like pretty unexplainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
did you do a story? Does it sound familiar to me because you did a story on it?
I did a story on this, but it was like in year one where like nothing really counted. If that makes sense.
Oh, fair.
Or there was a hinge, like a big heavy door. That's all.
Yes, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get into that.
Okay.
So, all right, so let's set the scene a little bit. Basically, 17 miles south of Miami, in the town of Homestead, Florida, there is a castle made from 1,100 tons of coral limestone. And the crazy part about this is that it was carved and transported and assembled by one man. And this was in like the 1930s. So a long time ago, didn't have as much like equipment as we have now.
Yeah.
This was done by one person.
Pre-industrial revolution. Almost.
Yeah. In Florida, for sure.
In Florida.
Was he Egyptian, you said?
Latvian.
Okay.
Yep.
Because they have experience with the pyramids and stuff, so I was wondering if maybe it just kind of carried over.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. That is one of the claims that he has, which we'll touch on here in a minute.
Oh, but, he speaks. Cool.
Yeah. He does. So this man's name was Edward Leedskalnin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Okay.
Edward Leedskalnin. We'll call him Eddie.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not Cullen?
No, it's definitely not.
That sounds familiar.
He was a Latvian immigrant who was about 5 feet tall, so not a huge dude, weighed about 100 pounds.
I don't know if height matters.
That kind of makes this a little crazier.
Judging it.
Yeah, short king.
And the thing is, when he was building this structure, this castle, he worked almost exclusively at night. So one of the mysteries around this is that nobody really saw him actually building this.
And that's what I say too. Like when there's like something that I've done that's really like manly and strong, I'm like, oh, I did it at nighttime. That's why you
do
can
it
see
at
it.
night.
Right, because you don't want to show that off.
From.
Right. Yeah. I woke up with these muscles.
You can't go lift your car during the day, like for push-ups, right?
True. I'm like the opposite of Superman. The sun makes me weak.
Right. Yeah.
So I have to do it at nighttime.
Modest is hottest, as people would say.
Thank you for saying that, Jess.
Yeah, it's my life motto. But so some of these individual blocks weighed about 30 tons.
That's insane.
Some people say they're about 40 feet tall. I guess you can go.
Pounds.
That's about right. You could go look at these things in Homestead and see that they're obviously ginormous.
Okay. They're still there.
They're still there. So in the 80s, one of the gates, Josh, you mentioned there was a big gate. So there's this big gate.
Big gate, yeah.
It was about
Wayne
8
told me,
tons.
so it's hearsay.
Yeah, fair enough. It was about 8 tons. And the crazy part about how it was
16,000
built
pounds.
was that it was built and placed to have a clearance between each of its surrounding blocks of about 1/4 of an inch on each side.
Yeah.
That's
very
crazy.
precise. And in the 80s,
I think I can relate because when I was in high school, I bought foam board and
Okay.
I thought I'd build like a dollhouse out of it.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
I made
yeah.
a hinge out of toothpicks. And then
Was this
you could,
like
swing the
a-
door in and out?
a science project, you had to get the foam board and like preserve
I think it was
the thing,
personal.
or-
It was a passion project.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
gotcha.
Okay.
He did a
Yeah.
lot of those. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that.
I got you. So in the 80s,
So I get what this guy is doing.
You get his struggles. What you're trying to say? You're a builder as well. Is
Yeah,
what you're
I
trying to
do.
say? Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
yeah. We believe you. So in the 80s, this
Yeah.
one of a mechanism on the gate failed, and it took a team of 6
Crush
guys plus a crane to fix it.
That's crazy.
Here's another crazy
Question.
thing.
How's a bird help in the situation? So I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah,
'cause,
that's
what
a
is-
mystery.
Yeah. That wasn't my question, but I would have got there. Question.
Okay.
Were all these men over 5 foot?
That we don't know.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't
That
know
could be
this.
the problem, dude.
Yeah. Maybe his height had something to do with it.
That's what I'm thinking. You
Here's
know,
another
center of
crazy
gravity.
thing, just to give you kind of like more context on how insane this thing is for at least one person to have built it. When Hurricane Andrew came through in the early 90s, that was a
scary.
Category 5 hurricane, if you remember.
That's right.
Not a
Yeah.
single stone shifted.
That's insane. bro.
Holy crap, dude.
That's
Actually, I didn't
insane.
know that fact. That's really
Isn't
cool.
that crazy? So
yeah, dude,
like
because
just, like,
everybody, because it leveled that town, Homestead.
it just crushed it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're from
Yeah.
Florida or watch the news in the early 90s, you would know. And
It
so
doesn't have a ceiling though, does it? At any spot?
I'd have to look at some pictures maybe. I
Because
don't
you
know.
can't. I wouldn't want to seek refuge in there just in case it's like 100-ton roof. Then you're like, I'm done.
Ooh, that thing's coming
Well,
down.
I guess my question is too. You mentioned some of the blocks are 40 feet tall. This fella's only 5 foot
Mhm,
tall.
mhm.
That poses a problem because then it's like, what if you put it in the wrong spot? It's so heavy.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're
A lot
off by a couple
scampery.
inches or something, which that could be stressful.
That can
Yeah, so
happen,
there's
yeah.
there's a lot of stories that came out around this. Obviously, the mystery is like, okay, how did this
Yeah.
one dude build this huge thing? Very similar to the Stonehenge story.
Right.
Even
And
if it
working
was
at night,
multiple people,
which makes sense heat wise, but still.
yeah. Even if it was multiple people, how did they do this without tooling? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. No lanterns.
Yeah.
And so when neighbors snuck out to spy on this guy, because they knew he
Oh.
would only do it at night,
Yeah.
they reported watching him place his palms on a coral block and singing to it.
Cool.
I don't know if you remember this from when you told the story.
I would have remembered this.
Yeah. I don't
and
remember this, but
they report that when he placed his hand on the block and sang to it, that the block
Yeah.
levitated.
Oh, come on. I like that. I
That's
like
crazy.
that.
Now we're getting wild.
That's so okay, hear me
Okay,
out. Bruno
okay.
Mars, also
Yeah.
5 feet tall.
Yep.
Also a singer. Is it possible he could move
Oh
Stonehenge
my
style
God. Is he
blocks?
Latvian?
I think so.
Maybe.
I
yeah.
think so.
Yeah,
Or
I think
Brazilian.
Mars is a Latvian name.
Maybe
I
he's
get-
like Brazilian and Latvian. Yeah.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's the best combo.
Another thing that people reported was when they asked him directly, "Hey, how did you build
Yeah.
this thing?" One of his common responses was, "I've discovered the secrets of the pyramids," and sometimes he would simply say, "The laws of weight and leverage."
Okay. Okay.
Both would just TMO, baby.
Well,
Yeah,
and
dude.
both of those answers ignored that it was probably just slaves, right? Because like
Maybe
that's
yeah.
what Egypt
what
did.
year was it?
Right. This is the early 1930s, like 1936.
But they had a
1935.
good life, you know?
But here's
Besides
okay.
the whips and the mandatory work, they loved it. They loved their masters.
And can I say this? Now, I'm not saying the guy did not use that type of labor, but
Sure.
it would be
Did
difficult
not.
to continue to hide more people, right? So
Fair.
it's hard enough for him to hide himself doing it at nighttime, singing to the rocks or whatever. But if you bring in other
Yeah.
workers, that makes it even more difficult. I feel like the neighbors who didn't like the project
like
would
to
have
keep a
said,
secret.
like, yeah, like, well,
Yeah.
we saw multiple people over there.
Right.
So
right.
in a way, that
Oh.
kind of defends him, I think, from that accusation.
So let me throw another wrench in the story. So Eddie,
he didn't use them.
Eddie also wrote self-published pamphlets on magnetic currents and claimed he had harnessed the interaction between electricity and magnetism in ways that mainstream science had overlooked. And
That's
basically, he's
so
figured this
cool.
out, and that's how he's kind of moving these blocks around.
It sucks when like crazy people get one right,
Yeah, because then it's
Yeah.
like,
and
and
then
no
they
one.
laud it over you.
Well, it's a bit like Tesla, isn't it? Because like he discovered a lot of stuff, and then the feds burned his house down and took his notebooks. And so I wonder if something is similar here, where this fella maybe discovered something that he shouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Nephilim secrets.
Yeah, and then they said make yourself crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be like, the stuff the CIA is working on with him. Maybe he's still alive, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I did
now-
read I want Josh to
Was the
talk.
first thing he built
Say
the
it.
fence, or how does that work?
Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
to keep people out, but then you got to let yourself in. Right? That's
a good
weird.
question. I would assume the gate was probably one of the last things he built.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess.
cool.
That's my guess. I have no,
yeah.
I
No,
actually don't
that
know
you
here,
speak
but-
with authority.
Well,
Just-
devil's advocate here. If I'm a neighbor and I'm watching this happen, and let's say that I believe this guy's singing the rocks and moving, these massive 40-ton whatever.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't
Yeah.
go over there. I don't think I would during the day.
Oh, no?
True.
I would be
Well, he's sleeping
frightened.
during the day.
True, like a vampire, isn't he?
Yeah.
Um,
It's almost got like a little bit of Area 51 energy, like
Well, I was gonna
There's
say
something weird.
Speaking of
Yeah.
energy, I was reading a paper the other day about some of the technology that people believe is alien, extraterrestrial, but a lot of folks believe it's like just U.S. tech that they're hiding.
sure.
And one of the
Rubber
theories,
slingshots.
rubber slingshots,
Exactly.
scepters and spears.
Mhm.
But one of the theories were that they were using magnetism and essentially like anti-gravity. Like
Yes.
and I heard that they were saying that essentially the gravitational law was incorrect, and that when they figured out the truth behind it, they were able to leverage it to basically move heavy objects and levitate and
Right.
so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
it's not beyond the realm of science to say this guy discovered something
True.
that we don't know.
True.
Let me just throw a bone out here for you guys
Okay.
to jump on. Okay.
Oh, I'm excited to jump.
Maybe the anti-gravity stuff, they depleted it.
Okay.
Like they found they tapped it, and then it's
Sure.
like it had a little garden hose.
It was a
and they
limited
used it all.
resource.
And now we can't use it. And now we're like,
Right.
oh,
And he-
gravity.
well, but
Yeah.
good on him for using it to build a castle instead of bombs or something,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's kind of cool.
I mean, I could see maybe Disney took all of it. I mean, their monorails, I'm pretty sure.
But
are
an
magnetic.
anti-gravity bomb, how effing cool would that be? Like you
That
throw
would
it on
be-
someone's palace, and it just lifts up in the air.
Yeah.
That would be kind of sick, dude.
So sick.
Imagine the
Actually,
Kremlin just
yeah.
floating away, and you're like,
So-
Oh,
"Our
I'd love that.
yeah,
Like Bowser's Castle.
yeah."
That'd be epic. So the wild thing, of course, as you guys might have inferred, is that we don't know how he did this stuff.
Right.
Nobody, not
Um,
even MIT students.
Not even MIT students. He ended up dying of a kidney infection in 1951,
Couldn't cure that.
and took. Yeah, he couldn't cure that with his magnetic energy.
Yeah, just cranberry
Uh,
juice, bro.
Kidney
It's just
stones.
cranberry juice.
Come on, brother.
That's all you got to do.
Dude, hates juice.
And he took all of his secrets with him to the grave.
Wow.
So, if you guys want to
Okay.
get into it, there are basically four main theories on.
I want to get
Well,
into
five.
How
now,
he did
'cause-
this.
Well, 5 and 6, because Wayne and I got ideas.
it. Yeah.
True, they didn't consult you guys.
Yeah, give us the official 4.
The official 4 that are written in the Lamb's Book of Life are. The first one is physics and leverage. So
Okay.
this is like the quote unquote rational explanation. Basically,
Boring.
he used basic tools, ropes, wooden tripods, etc.
The person who published that, let me see them do it. And
a
then
lot
I'll
of
believe.
patience to do this. So that's kind of the rational explanation.
I can
the
say
next
that
one-
too, you know?
Yeah, of course. That I feel like that's a default. Like you have to write it down. Kind of
Wooden
thing.
tripod. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you do have to write it down. You're right.
Yeah. The next one is what we kind of got into, which was the magnetic levitation.
Mm.
And this one comes mostly from the pamphlets that he wrote, because he wrote a bunch
Cool,
about
cool,
magnetic
cool.
current. People believe that maybe he figured out how to manipulate it. The other one,
Can I jump in? Can we add a hyphen?
please.
When you don't want to say you have slaves and you don't want to tell the real reason is slaves, you make up some weird sciencey BS.
Well, and the
It's possible.
keyword manipulate, right? Because that's what men do. And so I do feel like it's possible that he did some sort of something that he doesn't want the neighbors to know. But I keep going back to, wouldn't they have seen it?
Yeah.
I mean,
would think so.
it wasn't isolated in a way like you were saying. If the walls and the gate were built last, they would have had a full access to see exactly what he was doing. Albeit under the cover of darkness, but still, you would notice multiple bodies versus one.
Multiple shadows at least.
Yeah. Another interesting one, kind of along similar lines of magnetic and kind of energy stuff, is the ley line energy / anti-gravity theory, which basically they're saying the site may sit at an intersection of natural Earth energy fields.
I love
that. Eddie understood
cool.
and basically exploited.
I love that so much.
This is almost like,
so it's like where tectonic plates meet.
Yeah. Or maybe like, have you seen the videos of like, this car is sitting on a hill, but it's like rolling uphill kind of thing?
Oh, the Ghost Hill, Lake Wells.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Spook Hill.
Something like
Spook
that.
Hill, yeah.
And then the fourth one in the Lamb's Book of Life is ancient pyramid knowledge. So, of course, he made claims himself that he flat out knew how the Egyptians did it.
So two of the answers are his.
Two of the answers are his. Two of them are, one of them is like, hey, you got to say this one.
Can I just say something? When white people can't figure stuff out, they always say ancient Egyptian knowledge.
Yeah.
That's a very common white excuse when we can't figure something out. It must be ancient Egypt knowledge. We just don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching an Egyptian right now on 90 Day Fiance. He's not that cool.
Really? And you would say that publicly?
Dude.
We're on the air right now. You would say that.
Oh, yeah. No, this guy on 90 Day Fiance is not that cool.
That's crazy. Now, I wonder, because the burning of the Library of Alexandria perhaps lost a lot of this knowledge. Is it possible this guy somehow got
That's
a hold
fifth
of?
reason. That's good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's very
and
possible.
slaves isn't in the 4.
That's true. That's
I
true.
didn't hear it mentioned one. So we'll add slaves as number 6, maybe as
Number 6.
For real. Yeah.
That's the Egyptian knowledge right there.
No, honestly, dude.
that's true.
Here's what's cool about the story, and I think we're good to just let this one sit for the headline today, because I want people to understand that Florida is so ancient. We talk about Florida developing later than the rest of the states.
Yeah,
there's a lot of truth to people just living their life without the interference of the outside world. And in the 1930s, there's major swaths of land in Florida that were uninhabited, that had no railways, no transportation.
This guy gets it.
Yeah, dude. I'm not saying that I buy that he did it all by himself, but if he did and it came out concrete proof that he did, I don't think I would be terribly shocked, to be honest with you.
Right.
Like, Florida's weird, bro. It's very weird.
Florida's
yeah.
weird.
I'll tell you what I'm excited for.
Go ahead.
I'm excited for the day that I'm in heaven and I get to ask, hey, how did Eddie do that? Josh, you wouldn't know, but
right, yeah,
yeah. No, as an agnostic,
well,
I'll be right in the river Styx.
Two coins over your eyes for the boat, man.
Oh my goodness!
What?
It's icebreaker time.
Oh wow! I got nervous.
So
for a
it's
second.
something new, just because and our fans have pointed this out. Last week Wayne wasn't here.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So I thought this is a soft reboot where I could try a new icebreaker intro,
Right.
but it didn't seem like it found an audience.
Now, Luke LARPed as me the entire episode last week, and I thought he did a great job.
This seems crazy. You were on last week.
I was in prison
The
last week in
pickle
Texas.
here is the
El
Wayne in
Paso.
front of us has a cowboy hat on it.
Right.
Yes, sir, I
On
do.
his head.
And the Wayne that left us did not.
Well, that's
Did
a
not.
pickle, isn't it? And what we say down here in the South is, huh?
Huh.
So, but so I was not here last week.
Huh?
Luke LARPed as me, and it was very good.
Yeah,
I thought it
and
was
we
very
thought we
good.
passed it off actually pretty well, Luke, right?
Right. We kept saying our names over and over. So
The episode
Yeah.
dropped at midnight.
We have one.
and we got
yeah,
our first
one
letter like at
fan.
12:07. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. And then they're like, hey, that's not Wayne.
Yeah, they knew. They knew.
Yeah. And then they wrote an email about what they think happened to Wayne. And Luke showed me and I go, this thing's pretty cool.
Mm.
And then he's going to read it.
I'm gonna read it. Yeah, let me pull up the
Yeah.
email.
Well, I don't have
Okay.
access to the email.
Well, it's
You
just
showed me
like
a screenshot.
it's these kind of people who go to like a magic show and
Mm.
they go, I know how to do the trick.
Well, it's like a FOMOFM
there's a mirror
fan
in the
theory,
box.
isn't it? Like I love it when our listeners write in with their own fan theories. I think one
Yeah.
listener thought that Josh wasn't real one time and that he was like an AI voice for 4 or 5 years.
Sometimes it feels
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Well, and then puberty happened. Thank goodness.
That's
All
right.
right, the
thank God.
subject says Wayne was gone. Period. Fan theory.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
I heard
Oh,
Wayne
Okay.
go what?
Naming it fan theory. That's funny. as an email subject.
I heard Wayne kept getting turned around on the new roundabout by his house. He kept showing back up at work trying to start his day and getting sent home. He heads home, gets to the roundabout, goes to the far around the circle, and drives back to work.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what's the fan theory
that's
here?
logical.
So this listener wrote in and they thought that I got stuck on a roundabout and that's why I missed the episode. Is that what the fan theory is? That I was
That's
circling?
possible.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be like you told me Rack Room's having a sale on half socks, on hospital socks.
I did say that.
You like those grippy socks.
Yeah, I did say that.
And I was like, don't go, dude. We're about to record. And then you said, you just text me like 2 letters. And I was like, what's that?
Here's the thing. Because I was born without a backside and I slide out of chairs, I have to wear those hospital socks to grip the floor so I don't slide out of chairs. And so I was nervous that I would disappear under the camera
Well, you
got
got to stop buttering your chairs.
right.
Well, well, okay. So did they sign the letter? I
Nope.
mean,
Just says, I heard Wayne kept getting turned around on the new roundabout by his house. He kept showing back up at work trying to
Honestly,
start his
there
day
is
and
a
getting
new
sent home.
roundabout.
okay. Well,
He heads home,
what's
gets to the
scary.
roundabout, goes to the far around
we
the
got it.
circle, and drives back to work.
I should be allowed to say that's not what happened. Can I just speak my truth for a second? That's not what happened.
Well, if you don't
Yeah,
tell
and
us
I
the
think you
truth,
have.
then we have to believe this.
I was in Texas. And that's
No.
all
Yeah.
I want to say.
And that explains like the TX, the 2 letters that I got. I was like,
I was
what's
wondering.
TX
a
mean?
friend of ours, James Tallarico, is running for
I thought
Senate
that
out
meant
there.
T-Rex.
And I spent some time in Texas just furthering our cause.
Oh.
And now
What's
I'm
his
back.
ethnicity?
White.
Is he Tallarican?
Yeah. Now, Josh.
Sorry. That was just a fan theory.
Yeah,
you know?
back to you.
Right.
Back to you, Josh.
We all have our fan theories.
That's right. Yeah.
Our fans have them. Wayne has them. Luke has them.
Yeah.
Or have them.
Fan
and I have
theory.
them.
Yeah.
Wait, let me work on the joke. Keep going.
You go ahead. Bet to Josh.
Yep,
Okay.
back.
So who wants to tell their fan theory first? Because we had the ones from the audience.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
So
it's
the
your,
highest on the totem
it's
pole.
your bit. So
Yeah,
I
why
think-
don't
I
you
think-
why don't you
I-
lead us off? I'm really trying to work on this fan theory joke.
Well, I would
too.
like Josh to go last because it's
Okay.
his
Oh.
like he's got it's his bit, right? So like the
Right.
grand finale should
Yeah.
be Josh's fan theory.
It's not even a finale. I think this could be truth, but I'll let you speak.
I'll
Cowboy
open first.
boy.
All right, Cowboy Roy here, and I got a fan theory, and it's going to get political for a second, so I need you guys just to hold on,
Uh-oh.
okay? If you're a
Boring.
listener and you're like, hey, man, listen, I don't
Boring.
want to hear any
Snooze.
politic talk.
Boring.
I get it, but
What
here's my fan
election?
theory. You've all heard of the ballroom, right, at the White House, and
That's why I call my underwear.
co-
Sorry. I'm sorry. That was in this joke book I read when I was 15.
well, both
Yeah.
both women in the studio left, so I think we're okay.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, thank God. So, okay. So, my theory about the ballroom, a lot of folks are upset because he, and by
Keep
he,
laughing-
I mean
keep
Donald
laughing,
Trump,
Josh.
has demolished a lot of, I believe it was the East Wing,
What?
most of it.
Rose Garden.
He's redone the Rose
Jackie O.
Garden.
Yeah.
And he's done a lot of stuff to the White House property that folks are upset about. And so
Mhm.
then naturally the
I didn't even
ballroom,
know they had that power, right? Like, I figured you had to go through more steps than just saying,
you would think
I
so.
want it.
Yeah, no, apparently
Mm.
not. So a lot of people's theory
How would I become
initially
president?
was that the ballroom was some sort of military installation because when they saw the
Oh,
price,
bunker. I heard that.
yeah, so they saw the price of the construction and everything going into
Yeah.
it, and they were like, well, clearly something else is happening here
Something
besides just a
else is
dancing room, right? Here's my theory.
Because that's just an open room.
That's right. Here's my theory. I think the ballroom is actually the ballroom, as in the ancient Canaanite deity Baal, Baal.
Like Bale?
Some
Okay.
people pronounce it that way, but correctly it's pronounced
Yeah,
Baal
some
for
people.
for this bit. And and so I
Okay.
think he's
Explain who
building.
this is. This a demonoid?
Well, it depends on who you ask, right? So if you ask the elite
We're asking you.
whites, you asking me?
The
So
elite white.
Cowboy.
yeah, the elite whites would say that it is it's a deity that they worship for power and influence, and
Mhm.
I think he's actually building a temple in order to harness more evil energy to do Lord knows what to the planet. And then I hand over my theory to you guys.
You know,
to
I'd say
discuss.
if you need a temple to
Yeah.
charge your evil energy, you got a bad demon you picked.
I like that, and that's one of my
Just pick a-
favorite. I like
pick,
that a
pick
lot.
a more
actually.
powerful demon.
No,
Pick a
no,
demon
'cause
that
even the
doesn't-
women I date, I'm like, you better have an altar or a temple.
Oh, really? You're into
Yeah,
okay?
A pole
I
of
didn't-
candid photos that I didn't know you took.
Okay. Wow.
Well, that's just
a lock
something
of your
out of my
hair or something.
autobiography.
I don't want to, always be the guy who's kind of like breaking the bit here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fan theory?
Thanks.
I'm a fan.
Which part are you a fan of?
The demon worship. No, I'm a fan of it just in general construction.
Right.
And so when there's a building being built on,
he is a blue collar fan.
What I consider,
right?
I'm a union guy, right? Mayonnaise
with
a
that
lot
cowboy
of
hat on.
Yeah, right. So, but my fan theory is that Donald Trump's actually harnessing evil energy through a temple called the Bail Room. Yeah, the ballroom.
You're a fan
What's that guy
You're
look
a
like?
fan of conspiracy theories.
There it is.
That's your fan theory.
Thanks for helping me close that out, Luke.
And pastime demons.
Yeah, I would have thought if you were sticking conspiracy, didn't you go to where JFK was shot?
I did, and
my goodness.
I guarantee you, I do not accept the.
Did it feel weird?
Bro, I was at the window where that fella supposedly shot a bolt action 22 3 times in 9 seconds. Bull crap, bro. Anybody that's ever shot a gun will know that is virtually impossible. And then to hit 2 out of 3 shots, get out of here, bro. LBJ did that, and somebody else that I can't say or she'll get canceled.
Who's never shot a gun, I can say I believe it.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for supporting that over my demon worship theory. Go ahead, Luke. What's your fan
can I ask, what does Baal look like? If I had to draw a picture of him.
2 horns on top, a little pointy tail, and
boring.
Yeah, 5 foot tall,
dude,
Latvian. Yeah,
textbook.
Like my stepmom.
Yeah.
Huh?
Am I correct?
So Josh goes. We're gonna talk about fan
Sorry, I'm
theories.
reading diary of a mad teenager.
My favorite book growing up. Josh texted and goes, let's talk about fan theories. So mine's about
like if you turn it clockwise, does it actually cool you, or is it anti-clockwise?
Right, like a fan theory, like if I put my fan sideways, is my house gonna move?
Oh, that's a good original joke. I never heard that before. That's really good.
That is,
great, dude.
I think it's one of my favorite bits from this podcast.
Yeah, but you got to have a longer fan theory. You can't just repeat one of Josh's one-liners.
Yeah.
My only one-liner.
I'm talking about this thing called Star Wars.
Okay, never heard of it.
You guys have heard of it?
Yeah.
GD, dude, always.
You said fan theory. So
I know.
Darth Vader's Luke's dad.
I haven't seen them all.
Okay, sorry.
So there's this very funny theory online.
Okay.
Called Bigger Luke.
Bigger Luke. Okay.
Where the character Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
In some scenes, he's a little taller than Han Solo. In some scenes, he's shorter.
Okay, I like this. I like where this is going.
Walked way too much.
And so people were like, "Hey, is there just 2 Lukes and one's bigger?"
Hear me out. Mark Hamill walks on his tippy toes. So every now and then he's on his tippy toes in the scene, and the other scenes he's not on his tippy toes.
Well, that's what. So there's. Okay. You're onto something. There's the canon Luke hypothesis. That's just there's 2 Luke Skywalkers, one bigger. Then there's the Hamill hypothesis, in which is theorized there is a extra uncredited Mark Hamill lookalike who's just a little bit shorter.
Imagine being the shorter Mark Hamill
I
lookalike.
picture taller.
Yeah. If I
because I find Mark Hamill's height threatening.
There's a scene in the second one where Lando sees Luke.
Who's Lando?
Calrissian. He owns.
Oh, gotcha.
That's land. That's what they use for land. So you got CO. Are you at CO or are you at Lando?
I'm in Lando. Lando sees him and doesn't really react. Then 10 seconds later, cuts to him seeing him, and he looks a little puzzled, as if maybe he's bigger.
Okay, so your co-star grew like 4 or 5 inches, or
because your eye line changes now.
Yeah, and you can't say anything because you ruin the scene, so you just have to go with it.
There's a whole it's a whole wiki page on Bigger Luke.
Really?
Wiki.com.
It can get a wiki page. We can't get a wiki page.
I'll tell you what.
I think we can make a wiki page.
There's so many Star Wars fan theories, and I'm just gonna be real with our listeners, man. I knew Luke was gonna bring a Star Wars fan theory. I just look. He knows the source material. He knows it, dude. But I did not expect it was going to be some sort of height shaming of the main actor. I did not anticipate
because we've been on height for a while.
Yeah,
I thought I'd talk about also just some weird Star Wars stuff too.
Yeah, go ahead, man. This is your time. This is your chance to shine.
I was thinking of Bigger.
Was it the Latvian guy?
That's it.
Latvian
from Coral Castle. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
could be. Yeah.
Bigger Luke, 2 Lukes.
Okay.
And you're thinking, why are there 2 Luke Skywalkers?
Yeah. Why?
Well, there was a story that involved 2 Luke Skywalkers.
Is this canon or legend?
There's
this is
a shadow
legends.
of one hanging in the back.
I heard that rumor.
No, so
I heard that.
Remember he gets his hand chopped off?
No.
Well, in the second one, he gets his hand chopped off.
Okay.
And in the original novels, or like the expanded novels, someone finds his hand and clones him.
Oh, with his hand meat. That's crazy.
It's a guy named George C. Booth.
You can do that because I saw Terminator 2.
Right.
George C.
That guy had
Booth?
the hand.
Joro C. Booth.
Oh, it's like a John Wilkes Booth type.
Probably.
Yeah, acronym.
So he cloned him, but since it was in a book, the only way they differentiated the Lukes was one is Luke with one U and one's Luke with two U's.
That's cool.
That's
now, can we start doing that with our Luke? Bro,
yeah.
We should do that with our Luke. So when Luke is a bit naughty on an episode, in the biography, it'll say Luke. Yeah. So we know it's like naughty Luke.
But if it's Luke,
it's straight and narrow. He's reformed. Yeah, that's crazy.
There was a lot of cloning stuff going on in expanded Star Wars.
Well, I feel like with most sci-fi, it's either time travel or cloning. You don't have a lot of outs. You got to pick one.
Dude, don't burst it. Don't burst the sci-fi bubble.
So then Luke,
both you guys just crap all over my Canaanite God theory.
Luke has to fight Luke, and Luke is using the original saber.
Right.
But then, Mary Jade is there, and who's Mary Jade?
Mary Jade Blige.
Mary Jade's his wife.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
And then Palatine, he gets exploded, and then he comes back.
He gets cloned. He gets in this story too. He gets cloned.
Somehow Palantir comes back is what I think the line was from the new ones.
All hail Palantir.
Yeah, dude. So
dude.
That's a cool theory.
That's a fan theory.
That's a cool fan theory.
I got a better theory.
All right.
Is it about a media thing, or is it about a real life demon?
Ooh.
That's the thing, though. It could be about both.
Okay, let us have it.
I'm holding my breath here, and when you guys
doesn't sound like it,
recognize something that tugs at your heart, you guys just come on down. You come on down to the front.
Right.
I've got Dylan and Loretta here. They will pray for you.
Okay. I'm just standing at the front. I'm ready for the theory.
Okay. So let me tell you about a close relationship. Okay.
Okay.
Between two ex-army men.
All right. Yeah. I like that.
And how they met in prison.
What's the hockey show called?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dare I Do.
Dare I Do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, at least on my channels. Dare I Do or Dare I Don't. So we got two prisoners, ex-army guys, hot. Okay. Mike, Baby Odell.
Okay. Baby O.
And we got Cameron Poe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Poe was in San Quentin prison for killing a guy, right? In a drunken brawl. These are facts we know.
Okay.
He got such a harsh sentence because he was trained by the U.S. military and was an Army Ranger. And during the sentencing, they go, your hands are considered dangerous weapons.
Wow.
You should know that. So when you punch somebody, and they die, like don't bring a gun to a fist fight.
I see
and
what
the gun
you're
is
saying.
your hand.
Because
like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, because you're trained, whatever action you do is a weapon. Yeah, I get that 100%. Yeah, I agree with it.
That's Cameron Poe. That's why he's locked up.
Okay.
Mike, Baby Odell. Okay. Well, right now we don't know.
Is it Baby Odell, or is Baby O
nickname Baby O?
Yeah. Okay.
Although he did capitalize the O when he signed his name.
That's good to know. That's good.
Like
to know.
Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah. So
identical.
So Baby O, is he in prison or no?
Yeah, they're cellmates. They're best.
Okay, Okay, gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
And that may be later on in my thing, but so you got it's 1997. You guys know the year.
That's right.
That's when my fiance was born.
Yep, it's when they re-released Star Wars in theaters.
4 years after Hurricane Andrew. Go ahead.
Yeah. So both of these guys, besties, they're being transferred to Alabama.
Oh, wow.
From where?
Poe is happy. California. Poe's happy. They're in San Quentin. Poe's happy because he's actually being released.
Okay.
Odell, he's just being transferred.
Okay.
And sure, like in our heads, like Poe's story, that's cool, right? Because it's got punching in it.
Yeah, and his hands are registered
But
weapons.
let me tell you another story about another man that's cooler.
Okay.
Okay? Late 60s.
Okay.
Bayou La Batra, Alabama. You guys know this as the seafood capital of Alabama.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I got hungry. Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Blue.
Okay.
Smart, genius. Smart is what they have as his like hyphen. Smart, genius, smart. Smart,
okay.
Genius, smart. Yeah.
Okay.
He studied, he learned everything about the waters that his family fished in and the boats used to do it.
What's his name?
Even with all that knowledge, right?
Yeah.
he couldn't get ahead. He couldn't help his family to get ahead. Any ideas that he had, they'd either get stolen or squashed by the big dogs, right? So it's like 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Frustrating.
Right. Yeah.
And then bad news upon bad news, guys. Benjamin Blue gets a draft letter.
You got to be kidding me, dude.
Okay,
Yeah, because it's
Blue,
the 60s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Vietnam.
we're in the 90s, now we're back in the 60s.
Yeah. And Benjamin Blue just
And
got drafted.
this is a fan theory?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to see. I connect it all like I'm tying shoelaces.
Can't wait
So
to
with
figure
his
out
extensive knowledge
what media this is all from.
of fishing practices,
Yeah.
and with the distraction of the Vietnam War, Benjamin Blue decides he's going to sabotage these guys. So the night before that he's meant to leave, he goes around and sabotages boats and nets of all the other people and businesses that were holding his family down.
Okay.
The next day, it arrives faster than he thought before he could get any sleep, right? He's the first one to get on the bus. That's going to basic training. Exhausted, stressed, because he did all these crimes, right? Now people are going to go to their job and they're going to be like, what the heck? Bigger holes in my nets than I'm expecting.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's stressed. He doesn't even realize, like, he goes to put a stick of gum in his mouth and he puts it in without taking the paper off. Like,
Been there,
that's
done
how
that.
stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And he's studying every person that gets on the bus just to make sure, like, are they law enforcement? Do I have to run to the back of the bus, hit that emergency bar?
Right.
Right. But so he's, and then he hears it yelling coming from the front. The driver is cursing at someone, and Benjamin Blue, he's thinking, this is not good. I don't need all the attention on this bus. Right.
Yeah, right.
And then he goes, ugh, actually, there's paper in my mouth. This is what it says here. He thinks. Coming down the aisle, there's a guy that seems oblivious to all social cues and is either mentally challenged or he's acting his butt off just to get kicked out of the army. Right then,
I see.
Brilliant Benjamin Blue thinks, I'm so smart, I never considered acting dumb.
To get out of the army.
This guy.
Right.
To get out of the army. Then he sees dumb guy looking for a seat. So he takes that paper and gum mixture in his mouth and he tucks it in his lip.
Okay.
And then he speaks in the first character voice that he can come up with. And he goes, my name's Benjamin Buford Blue, but everybody called me Bubba.
Oh, no.
Then the gentleman replies, well, my name's Forrest Gump. Can I sit here?
Can he shit here?
Can you what?
Yeah. Well, it's a different time.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's fast forward 3 years, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Benjamin Buford Blue, a.k.a. Bubba, he's walking. He's eating that Vietnamese gack fruit that everybody loves.
Oh, yeah. That was hot in the 60s.
It's bright red.
Yeah.
And he knows, like, I got to get some more of these. So he's got like 4, and he's holding in his arms like a baby. And then he's got one in his hand. He's just eating away at it.
Right.
Right. And then, platoon is ambushed, dude. Everyone's going down around him.
Yeah, everyone.
There's explosions, gunshots, crack. He goes down. The leg gave out.
No.
He falls backwards, squashing the gack fruit all against his chest, knocking himself out cold.
I wish there was like a visual
Wakes
way to
up.
see all this.
His mentally challenged friend is carrying him out of the woods.
That's cool.
# life is good.
Yeah, that's
Right.
awesome. Yeah.
Next time he wakes up, doctors are around him. They're looking at a clipboard. Benjamin Blue, concussion and twisted ankle. Looks like he's going home to Alabama.
No.
Next bed they go to. Mike Odell,
The prisoner.
dead from a heart attack. Looks like he's going home to California.
No.
Benjamin Blue thinks, Cali, wish that was me. Maybe it can be. Maybe I can be Mike Odell. This man does the Don Draper dog tag dupe. Switches dog tags.
Triple D.
Next time we meet him, it's 1997. He is alongside Cameron Poe, a paroled Army Ranger who you may recognize. He wants to go to Alabama, reunite with his wife and his daughter. He hitches a ride home on a prison transport plane alongside the country's most dangerous criminals. When the convicts hijack the aircraft, Poe must secretly thwart their plans, assisting a U.S. Marshal on the ground. My fan theory that works perfectly is that Bubba was not mentally challenged.
Right.
From Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
that it was an act to get out of the Vietnamese War. It didn't work. And then he squashed gack fruit on himself and then switched identities, got locked up for some type of identity theft.
Yeah.
When they found out who he was, they're shipping him back home to Alabama. Bubba is an ex-Army guy. And in the movie Con Air, he's ex-Army. And he's going to Alabama, exactly where Bubba is going.
So you're thinking the movies...
And they're both played by the same actor.
No way. So you're saying that Con Air and Forrest Gump are tied together through one character?
Because they don't want to tell a story about a black man. They got to have two white protagonists.
Right.
But in the back is that black guy's amazing story that we don't get to hear.
Come on.
But I put it together.
I just love how Wayne just put it all together in one sentence.
So I'm looking out for people for the Hollywood stories that aren't told.
Yeah, can we recap all three fan theories real quick?
Can we just get it clean from you, Josh?
Yeah.
So Josh, what is your fan theory?
Yeah, just give us an elevator.
Don't retell us the plots of each movie.
No, of course. Okay. Bubba Gump actor McKelty Williamson. He wanted to tell a story about this amazing black guy.
Right.
And his venture through Vietnamese War, and then going to prison, and then being on a plane with like crazy, like Cyrus the Virus, played by John Malkovich.
That's right.
But Hollywood wouldn't accept that.
I see.
So he had to layer it into two movies: Forrest Gump with Tom Hanks, and Con Air with Nicolas Cage.
Wow, that's a
but
good
he's telling
theory,
that story.
dude. Now, can I also say that in my 41 years of life, I've heard no one call it the Vietnamese War, and you've said it twice.
Okay, well, it's in our circles. Like, we don't like to say it and give credit to the U.S. Army.
No, I agree with that.
So what was that about? The whole making all the nets bigger.
He sabotaged the nets, thinking that it would keep him out of the. Yeah.
The pickle is,
like,
he saw his family get rich because of his death in Vietnam, right?
Okay.
Right.
His mom, Forrest Gump only starts that organization of fishing because Bubba died, right?
I just ate out of Bubba Gump like 6 months ago.
I mean, dude.
Now Bubba's family is rich because of Forrest Gump.
Right.
He can't go back.
So, so same question. What were the holes in the nets about?
Oh, well, if you cut bigger holes in nets, then fish fly through them.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is
he sabotaged the nets of other fishermen.
And that ties in.
Well, he didn't want to get caught.
We didn't have to do a crime.
Yeah, well, that's why they sent him back to Alabama, because they got his real ID.
It's your fan theory. I just got
Josh, I have no problem with your fan theory, man. I'll tell you what.
It's because it's all connected.
I sat silently when Luke said there were two Luke Skywalkers. I sat silently when Josh said that Con Air and Forrest Gump are meant to be one story.
Well, for me, it was out of all in reverence.
It was out of all in reverence. Yeah, it was, man. My question to you, Josh, is the fan theories that Luke and I provided. If you had to, I'm not saying you have to choose, but if you had to pick one that you felt like was a genuine fan theory that could be posted on Tumblr and take off, which one would it be?
Probably the one that's the actual fan theory.
Keaton? And multiplicity, or no? Did I read that wrong?
I got a letter, and
you got a letter.
I got a letter.
I'm not used to hearing it in this section.
Now, typically, if you're a new listener, thanks for hanging on this long. I just want to say that the letters typically come through either Luke primarily and then Josh. I don't get access to letters. I don't know why, but I like to get them.
Is this letter like 1,000 times better than normal icebreaker letters, or is it like, why do you get this one?
I don't want to compare this to an icebreaker letter, but I just want to say this is one of the best fan letters I've ever received. And that I can share publicly. Because I get a lot of letters from you all that I save in a 3-ring trapper keeper by my bed that I read for affirmations before I go to sleep.
What's a trapper keeper?
Oh,
I'll tell you when you're older.
It's like a dream catcher, but for good dreams.
For white folks. Yeah, it's a dream catcher for white folks.
Okay.
Yeah, also known as a journal. Yeah. So one of the better letters that we ever received, and I'm saying this at like almost 8 years of doing this show. Top 10 submission for me. Top 10 submission for me. It's a little lengthy. I'm going to try my best to read it as the author intended. But these folks responded to a post that we made on, I think it was Twitter or Instagram, looking for conspiracy theories, personal experiences from Florida people specifically. We narrowed it down to our listeners. And we want to hear your Florida conspiracies or whatever.
We got it.
And so I want to start by giving a big thank you to Roland and Anastasia. I'm not going to say your last name on the air, but they're from Orlando.
I'm sure those are fake names.
I hope they sent in their not real names. But Roland and Anastasia, if that's the alias you chose.
And Anastasia would never hook up with a Roland, let me just say.
Right.
I 100% agree with that. Anastasia's a princess name. Roland is a wagon maker.
Out of his league.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Roland's in the woods building a stone castle with magic. And Anastasia
high on some type of mushrooms.
Yeah, 100%. That's another. We need to give Jesse a seventh possible answer, and that's mushrooms. That mushrooms did
they power the earth. They're all connected. There you go. Avatar.
So here's a letter from Roland and Anastasia. It says, "Hello, Emily and the boys. We discovered your show."
Me first. Let's go.
Well, I'm assuming Anastasia wrote this. We discovered your show when Wayne guested on one of our favorite podcasts, 13 Degrees of Horror, last year, and we've been listening to your show ever since. That's pretty cool.
13
That's the one I was kicked off. Like before
13 Degrees of Horror. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a Halloween guest spot.
13 Reasons Why.
Oh, Josh was on. Yeah, Josh was on that. I was on 13 Degrees of Horror.
Both shows I've not seen.
They say here in response.
Don't watch 13 Reasons Why.
It's very sad. Don't. Yeah. They say here in response to your post on Twitter, my wife and I have a theory. And that goes in well with our episode here. Lots of different theories. They say, and this is the title of the letter, we don't believe our subdivision is real. And it says here, before you decide,
I could solve this.
It says, before you decide that I've completely lost my mind, let me explain myself.
Yeah.
My wife and I are newlyweds. We bought our first home a little less than a year ago, and it checked every box that we had dreamt about ever since moving to Florida. Safe neighborhood. Well, actually, yeah. It says a community pool was listed. Great schools, beautiful sidewalks, safe neighborhood in general. The kind of place where you imagine your kids growing up is what they said. And it says here, I don't feel comfortable saying where we live, but I will say it's a newer neighborhood governed by the mouse. And I'm assuming they're referring to
oh my gosh,
Disney.
The mouse.
The mouse. And they capitalized it. Yeah, they capitalized it. So
I'm assuming I think it autocorrects now.
I think Roland and Anastasia, I think you're trying to protect us. We're not afraid of Disney, so we'll say it. But their neighborhood is one of the Disney neighborhoods. Apparently, yeah. Now the best part is that we're expecting our first baby in just a few months. Congratulations. This should be the happiest season of our lives. Instead, it's become the strangest. When we first moved in, everything seemed normal. Every driveway had cars parked in it. The lawns were perfectly maintained. Porch lights came on at the same time every evening. And they said here, sometimes you hear dogs barking, kids playing. Yeah, it's a normal neighborhood. But after a few weeks, my wife asked me a question that I initially laughed off. She said to me, when was the last... Yeah, exactly. When was the last time you actually saw one of our neighbors? And he said he started thinking about it and he couldn't remember.
Okay.
At first, we came up with...
Because even though I walk with my head down to the car,
yes,
when I drive, I do look up.
For sure.
Good.
And you walk with your head down as to not appear to be a nuisance, right? You want to make sure that people understand you're safe.
That's
correct. Right, yeah.
Because I'm bulky up top.
For sure. And
that's intimidating.
In a good way. He says here, at first we came up with perfectly reasonable explanations. Maybe everyone worked different schedules or kept to themselves.
Night shift. Yep.
Right. He said, but once she noticed it, neither of us could stop noticing it. And the example,
that's confirmation bias. So
I agree with that. So far, I do. He says, every morning we'd leave for work, cars in every driveway. Every evening we come home, the same cars in the same spots in every driveway. Same for the weekends. He says,
nothing's moving.
Nothing's moving. Right. So he says here, one Saturday, my wife suggested that we take a walk through the entire neighborhood. We figured we'd surely run into somebody walking their dog or mowing their grass or whatever. He says, we walked every single street.
Outside.
Yeah. He said, we walked every single street, over 50 houses, not one single sign of life. Nothing. He said it was like someone had built the perfect Florida suburban neighborhood and forgotten to include people. Now, I'm just going to pause there for a second.
The cars are there.
The cars are there, right? That's the sticking point for me.
Yeah.
Is maybe there's no people, but there's cars.
You don't show a model home with a car in the driveway.
Multiple.
Rule number 1 in real estate school.
Right, and multiple houses apparently have these cars parked in the same spots all day, every day, even on the weekend. Now, he says, he says the strange part is the neighborhood doesn't feel abandoned. Like, it feels occupied because of all these other examples. He says,
There's
in fact,
warmth to it.
He said Amazon regularly delivers packages to the neighborhood. That he sees Amazon trucks coming and going. So they're seeing signs of life in other ways. He says another example here is that trash cans are put by the curb every Tuesday morning. Most of them are back by the garages, before the end of the day. So there's examples here where he feels like there is life. Now, he says his wife started keeping a notebook with like notes. For example, here in one of the notebooks, she wrote down house
That's called
number,
a journal.
A journal, a trapper keeper.
Okay.
She says here, she wrote house 18, has a blue SUV, hasn't moved in 9 days. So those types of notes she starts keeping to try and figure out, like, maybe I'm noticing patterns.
Oh, is she chalking the tires? Like when you go downtown somewhere?
Oh,
and a cop on a golf cart with a stick chalks it?
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if they did that.
Like, I can tell if you moved or not, but I bet they'd be wiped off anyways.
Well, so I'm going to scroll through this because she lists a bunch of like examples of like this house had a television on from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
She's trying to make you a believer.
They've included a lot of evidence here. Now, he says here that not on purpose, but one day he accidentally left the front door wide open when they went to the grocery store. And he said they were gone for nearly 3 hours. And when they got back, the front door was still open.
Would you buy one of everything
That's a
in the
Costco trip.
store?
Yeah, right,
That's
exactly.
A Costco trip.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Richie Riches.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing. They said that nobody like reacted or said anything, and he was like, basically saying here in the summary that if you're a neighborly person and you see your neighbor's front doors open for a long period of time, wouldn't you at least say something or maybe come shut it or whatever? No. Like, I mean, and again, there's enough mystery there that I feel like you're right, Josh. Not everybody would do that, so that doesn't necessarily prove.
I would.
Okay, so 2 different examples.
Well, okay.
A good neighbor.
I'm looking
and
out for my neighbors.
There you go, neighborly, Christian-like.
Yeah.
Now,
exactly.
Here's the thing. He says they started doing stuff on purpose to see if their neighbors would react to it. Again, they list more examples here. Well, nothing extreme. I think that would have gotten more reaction probably, but
That's what they should have done.
Oh, the example they gave is much, no offense, Roland and Anastasia, but the example they gave is pretty boring. They said they put their trash cans out 2 days early just to see if somebody would say something or know something. Nothing.
It's that strict? Wow.
Well, he said that they played music very loud that someone should have complained. Nothing. And
that's what they go to? They go from garbage can to being a pest?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a neighborhood pest. He says here that Anastasia spent one entire afternoon on a Saturday sitting on the front porch, hoping that somebody would come outside. Never saw anybody. So again, they've kind of clarified here. Okay, well, then one night, I guess they were having a serious conversation, and this has caused them to get stressed. They're nervous now. They feel something's off in the neighborhood. And so he says his wife looked at him one night and said, "Hey, serious question. Like, if I went into labor while you were at work, like, what would I do? Like, who's going to help us? Like, she feels totally alone in this neighborhood, and I think she was kind of bridging the conversation of, should we move out? Like, I don't feel safe here anymore, even though there's not really been like a hard, I
think
evidence.
You got a baby plan. You got to make a baby plan better than that.
Yeah, what am I going to do?
Step one should be who's going to come get me.
Yeah, right. Not some mysterious neighbor you never met, I guess. But he says here,
Emily?
and this is what I think is.
I don't know. I've never had a kid.
There you go. Well, this is, I think, the kicker, and this is the example I think is what is going to tie it all in. It says,
well, I get it. You're a scared lady. You don't want to show like, hey, I'm scared, but I'll show you logical reasons why this wouldn't work.
Right, exactly. He says that a few weeks after, things started getting really weird, he says that their power went out. The whole house went dark, and when he looked outside, every other house still had the lights on. And so they called the power company, and the woman on the phone told me, this is Roland speaking, told me that there was a neighborhood-wide outage. And he laughed and said, I'm looking out the window. Every other house has power except for ours. She asked me to verify my address, and when I did, There was a long silence, and she said something that still makes him uncomfortable as he's writing this letter. She says, "Sir, according to our system, those homes don't currently have active electrical service." Saying that essentially, you had the wrong address or we had the wrong account, but we're not showing power going to that subdivision, that there should not be lights on in the other homes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so he says,
so everybody's stealing power from Roland? Oh, I guess not, because they was on.
Their power went out and then it came on.
Yeah.
He says that he said he walked outside while on the phone with this woman. So cordless phone, rich.
Cell phone.
And he says that every living room had lights on, television, kitchen lights, street lamps, but their house did not have power. He said she apologized and said that the outage should be restored shortly. Basically, he felt like she gave up on him. And he says here, I wish.
Oh, that's so sad. I feel like she gave up on me.
Well, okay, so this part's kind of weird, and I want to say up until this point, I feel like that they're, and I do have a fan theory as to what I think is happening here.
Into stuff.
Yeah, right. They're looking, like you said earlier, confirmation bias. So he says, I wish that were the end of it, but last Tuesday, he says, I woke up around 2 a.m. because my wife wasn't feeling well. He says, I looked out of our bedroom window while getting her some water, and every single driveway was empty. Not a single one had cars in it. He says that he woke his wife up, and then she came and saw it too to verify that he was not, in fact, seeing things. He said, we stood on the porch for what felt like forever, not a single car in any house or driveway. So they go back inside.
Okay, scary.
They go back inside. They go back to bed, just thinking we're both exhausted. We need more sleep. It's been a troublesome pregnancy. We're lacking sleep or whatever. He says they went back to bed. The next morning, as soon as he wakes up, they go to the window, and of course, every vehicle had returned. Exactly where they had been before. She even pulls her journal out, confirms that all of the
Blue sedan.
100%. Here's the catch. They check their Ring doorbell camera because she goes, okay, if all the cars left in the middle of the night, we would certainly see a car drive by. So when they pull the Ring door cam up, there's a 3-hour gap in the recording where it's just blank space in the timeline, no static, nothing.
This isn't when the power went out. This is a different day.
This is a different day, 2 weeks later. So when they woke up at 2 a.m. and saw no cars, from that point until somehow mysteriously the cars returned, there's a 3-hour gap on the Ring doorbell. And so he ends the letter. He ends the letter. Yeah, he says here in conclusion that maybe pregnancy just has us stressed. Maybe every one of our neighbors is just incredibly private and working the night shift. He says, I hope that's true. He says, because I have a theory. I don't think our subdivision is empty. I think whoever or whatever lives here simply doesn't want us to realize that we're the only ones who are actually being watched. And so...
Okay, well, that's big-headed thinking.
Well, and they open it up to us to solve this mystery. And
Emily, I got to hand it over to Emily.
Let's hand it over to the woman of the show.
I'm going to say something
just
offensive.
Watched a movie about this, actually.
Okay.
Called The Truman Show.
Oh, Faith Like Potatoes.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, Truman Show.
No, Faith Like Potatoes.
Oh, Faith Like Potatoes. An Irish movie. I like that.
Very good. Latvian.
The plot of that is...
What happened to him?
Truman is in a town, and he's like the star of a TV show, but everyone in the town is actors.
Okay.
And he's just living his life, and they're broadcasting his life as a TV show to the rest of the world.
Can I piggyback on Emily's theory? They did clarify that they're in a Disney neighborhood.
It's a Disney Channel
and
original.
I do feel like
this is exciting.
Now
we're going to get a new series on Disney Plus soon.
Now Disney does
have they done reality yet? Because this
I
could
don't
be
think so.
good.
This is what they're gearing up for.
I think Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers was a reality show, if I'm not mistaken. I could look back on that and see.
Well, that was about the male exotic dancers.
Yes, it was.
I mean, all the princesses are reality.
They really are. So. They really are.
To me,
especially Mulan. Now to piggyback on her theory, I do think Disney has done Stranger Things. I think Danger.
No, that was
Disney.
Netflix.
That was Netflix. Sorry, Disney has done weird things in the past in Florida.
Yeah,
it wouldn't
like
be
Rescue
that
Down Under.
Well, it wouldn't be that far fetched, bro. Like for them to, I don't know, open up a new neighborhood and they test it out with a real couple first, and then
they would do.
And maybe the rest of the cars are just Disney staff or something. I don't know, but I mean, I believe our listeners. I don't think they're trying to pull one over on us because we've been doing this for such a long time. It's impossible to fool us at this point. So I think they're being honest.
It's like another level of like consumerism that Disney wants us. Like to just go and spend and not spend time with our neighbors. Something like that.
We want you to be alone in your neighborhood.
Emily?
We don't want you to have community. Emily, is that what you're saying?
The message is anti-neighborism.
Communities are strong. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Josh, what's your theory?
The union busters.
You think so?
Yeah. Disney's are union busters. And they're like, you can't be in a group more than 3 because right there the spirit will be.
That's a true statement. And let me say this. So hear me out. You have a neighborhood.
What's your theory?
Well, if you have a neighborhood that's like a show neighborhood, right? So typically when you see these subdivisions, they're unfinished. So there's like a bunch of houses in the front and you get to the back, they're empty.
Usually show house and then it's like empty, right?
Right. But Disney does everything bigger. So what I'm wondering is, is it a conceptualized, like we know that Celebration exists, the Disney town called Celebration. Is it possible that they are either maybe creating a new experience or expanding on that one? And before they do that, because if you go to Celebration, all the houses are very nice. They're very nice. From what I understand of this, this is like a normal-esque looking subdivision.
I gotta figure it out.
Is it possible that they are test driving like a mid-tier option of a Disney neighborhood?
Let me piggyback on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go through Disney. Disney says, hey, oh gosh, you're a great looking couple.
Right.
You know?
Happens often.
And you're like, wow, I mean, Disney sees a lot of people. If I'm a good looking couple, then heck yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know, we got this new project. And yes, your memory of this interaction will be erased. But you are going to live in a new Disney project. And we just want to monitor you and use you as like customer number 1, our advertisement, our marketing. Like, this is how you would live in our neighborhood. You're the example, right?
Now, okay, but here's the thing.
You don't know it because they Men in Blacked you.
Your theory, your theory hinges on them getting blacked by Disney, right? Men in Blacked by Disney.
Do you know how many times I've been Men in Blacked?
I mean, dude, who knows? You wouldn't know.
I don't
if
know.
it's if it's effective, you would just lose your memory. I like that. A little sci-fi. Maybe their memories got erased.
Yeah.
I do.
You don't think Disney has the tech?
But
for sure.
If you're filming,
got the tech.
If you're filming a commercial and you want to see just how a normal family reacts to a test neighborhood, the hypothesis doesn't hold up if you tell the subjects. So you would have to keep it from them, whether by memory loss or whether by just withholding information. Either way,
trickery.
And here's the thing, and there's a lot more to that letter that I didn't share. It's a very long letter, but there was a portion where they talk about the fact that they were shocked they were able to afford the property, and so I wonder if maybe
young struggling couple trying to have a baby,
bro.
What a perfect.
He's literally the Truman Show. It's the perfect specimen to go.
Yeah.
Let's see how they respond to this neighborhood. And here's the thing: worst case scenario, they get spooked and move out. What are they going to prove? They can't prove anything.
They try again. They just try again with another.
So they write their favorite podcast, or second favorite, because the first one is 13 Degrees of Horror, but their second favorite podcast, and go, can you help us? Because you have authority in Florida. And then, you know, and I think we may have figured it out if you're listening still with your real ears and real names. We think you might be living in a test neighborhood and that Disney is using you as the subject, but the why, that's the mystery.
Could be reality TV.
And the other part of the question, can we help? No,
we can't. You're on your own.
Sorry. Make us your favorite show and then maybe.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah,
make us your favorite show and then write us
and
again.
Maybe don't get into the horror stuff so much. Maybe that's like, confirming things that are
maybe the Lord's trying to help you see that you should listen to a much happier podcast like ours.
Guide you to the light.
Yeah.
Guide you to the light.
With a 4-to-1 male to female ratio.
Which is pretty healthy, I should say.
It's better than most shows.
Yeah, what's the Bechtel test? It is. Thank you.
It is better than most shows. Thank you for saying that,
Above
Emily.
average. I'd say better than 70%.
And to show our listeners that we lean heavy on that, we're going to let Emily, we're not going to let her. Emily has decided.
She's
demanding to close the episode.
You don't have to demand.
With a song. Go ahead, Emily. Sing that
song.
With
a song?
You
the only
demanded
song on my head right now. You said Blank Space earlier, so I've got Blank Space by Taylor Swift stuck in my head.
The billionaire shutting down traffic for her faux wedding. Yeah, sounds great,
one.
bro.
Yeah, I love her.
Sounds real cool to me. Yeah, we're
She's
starving
got a
over
Blank
here.
Space baby.
Way down upon this one.